Hello students, now we will discuss the new topic, that is refraction through a prism. And to discuss the refraction through a prism, we have to draw a ray diagram for the prism when a ray is incident and what are the emergent ray and how much amount of angles are made of. So we have to discuss here in the diagram. So look in the diagram, it's a prism ABC. PQ is a incident ray which makes an angle I with the normal n dash k, and a ray refracted at the point Q, means refracted ray is produced here, that is QR, which bends towards the normal n dash k. This refracted ray QR makes an angle R1 with the point Q and makes angle R2 with the point R on the second face of the prism AC. And after that, when second refraction takes place on the face AC of the prism, RS rays emerge out. So it is the RS is the emergent ray. It makes an angle E, that is called angle of emergence. When the rays bends, when the rays produced backward and an incident ray produced in forward direction, so when they are intersect at a point T where the angle is formed, and that is known as angle of deviation. So these are the conditions. Now to establish the relation between the prism angle A, angle of incidence I, and emergent angle E and angle of deviation del, we have to start the expression. So two angles are also required, that is exist in the triangle TQR. So this remaining angle, because it is angle I, so the whole angle will be equal to I. These are the alternate interior angle. The lower angle is R1, so remaining angle is I minus R1. Similarly, at the point R, the lower angle is R2, and that is the upper remaining angle, that will be equal to E minus R2, because this angle is and the whole angle inside it at the point R are also equal to each other. These are the alternate interior angles. So at the point Q, the angle is I minus R1, and at the point R, the angle is E minus R2 in the triangle TQR. So we have to start the derivation from here. Now in triangle TQR, the exterior angle del in this triangle, that is equal to the sum of the interior angle, that is I minus R1 plus E minus R2. It's equation number 1. Now some equations are also required to solve the article. Again we have to take the next triangle QRK. Now in triangle QRK, the angle R1 plus angle R2 in this triangle, and the remaining angle this is the angle K. So angle K, it is equal to 180 degree. That is equation number 2, because sum of all the angles in a triangle is always equal to 180 degree. Now another equation is also required. Now we have to take the condition in the quadrilateral AQKR. Now in quadrilateral AQKR, the sum of the opposite two angles, prism angle A plus angle K, it is equal to 180 degree. That is the third equation. So from the equation number 2nd and 3rd, from equation 2nd and 3rd, we have, because this K and this K, the sum of the remaining angle, both are equal to 180 degree, therefore R1 plus R2 will be equal to the angle A. So from equal 2nd and 3rd, angle RA equal to R1 plus R2, it's equation number 4. Now R1 plus R2 equal to A from equation number 1. Now from equation 1 we have angle del equal to, now open these brackets, so that is equal to I minus R1 plus E minus R2, and write down like this: I plus E in the one bracket, and taking minus common, and write R1 plus R2 in the next bracket, that is equal to del. Now this is the equation number 5th, and from equation number 4th and 5th, from equation 4th and 5th, we have this R1 plus R2, that is equal to prism angle A. So angle del will be equal to I plus E minus A, and the angle can be written as, means write down the angle A in the left hand side, and after that we have to write the relation in between the angles. So when we write A in the left side, so A plus del equal to I plus E. So this is the relation in between the prism angle, angle of deviation, angle of incidence, and the emergence angle, angle of emergence. So the sum of the prism angle and the angle of deviation is always equal to the sum of the angle of incidence to the angle of emergence. So it is the next equation number 6th. Now we will discuss after that what will be the condition of minimum deviation position. What is the minimum deviation position in the prism? So now to discuss the minimum deviation position in the prism, we have to do an experiment, and in the experiment for the refraction through a prism. So we have to incident the ray at the various values of angle of incidence, and note it down the angle of deviations by drawing the ray diagram. So when we collect the data in between the angle of incidence and the angle of deviations, then draw a graph in between them, taking angle of incidence on the x-axis and angle of deviation along the y-axis. When we draw the graph here, the graph is like this. In this graph, when the angle of incidence is increased, so first of all the angle of deviation is decreased, but at a certain angle of incidence, the graph will be turned in the upward direction, and again the angle of deviation increase the angle of incidence. So at a particular angle of incidence, the angle of deviation is minimum, and in that situation the prism will be in the condition of minimum deviation position. So minimum deviation position when the angle del will be equal to del m, minimum angle, and in that condition we will get only one angle of incidence. We will get only one angle of incidence, but in the whole experiment we will get the two angle of incidence for the same angle of deviation. When we do the experiment, we can observe such type of things, but for the minimum angle of deviation we will obtain only the one angle of incidence. So then in that condition the prism is said to be in the minimum deviation position. Okay, then after that, to find out minimum deviation, we will some conditions are there. The conditions are like this: when the prism, when the ray is incident on the prism and ray is refracted, so refraction through the prism depends on the three main factors. The first factor is the angle of deviation, and second factor is the angle of incidence I, and third factor is the material or the nature of material of the prism. So material of the prism means what is the nature of glass. So these are the three conditions at which the refraction will take place. Now to discuss the minimum angle, minimum deviation position. So del should be equal to del m. In that condition, when and in that condition I should be equal to E, means angle of incidence should be equal to the angle of emergence. And when the I equal to E, so this ray QR, that is a refracted ray, it should be parallel to the base of the prism. It means the refracted ray QR, this ray QR, it is parallel to the base of the prism BC. So these are the conditions for the minimum angle of deviation. Now on the behalf of these minimum angle of deviation, we have to find out what will be the value of del m. Now by using the equation number 6. Now from equation 6th we have A plus del replaced by del m, minimum angle, and I plus E, and I and E both are equal, so I plus E can be replaced by I, so we'll get like this, 2I plus I, 2I equal to A plus del m. Therefore angle of incidence I equal to A plus del m divided by 2. So it's a equation number 7th. Similarly, we know that the angle of prism A, it is equal to R1 plus R2. So from that situation, when we put the value that is I equal to E and this value, then we can find out the value for the minimum angle of deviation, because I equal to E here, and in that situation, because the rays parallel to each other, so R1, this angle, it should be equal to R2. So the next condition is the R1 angle should be equal to R2. So we know that R1 plus R2 equal to A. So when R1 equal to R2, so R plus R equal to A. Since R1 equal to R2, let it is equal to R. Say it is equal to R. So it is equal to 2R. So 2R will be equal to A. Therefore R equal to A by 2. So next, this is the equation number 8. Now from the equation number 7th and 8th, we have to write the relation for the refractive index of glass of the prism, and we have to take the help of the Snell's law, and by helping the rules of the Snell's law, we know that according to Snell's law, the refractive index of glass of the prism mu with respect to air, that is equal to sin I upon sin R. Now put the value of I, and I it is equal to A plus del m by 2 from the equation number 7th, and from the equation number 8th, that is sin R, and R equal to, that is A by 2. So this is the formula for the refractive index of glass, when mu will be equal to sin A plus del m by 2 upon sin A by 2. So after that we can find out the next relation, and the relation is related to this formula. If the angle of incidence, angle of emergence, these are very small, so we can find out the del m. So when condition is when the refraction takes place with the small angles, when the refraction takes place with small angles, then sin A plus del m by 2, that is approximately equal to A plus del m by 2 only, and sin A by 2, this will be equal to only A by 2. So when the angle is very small, so in radian sin A plus del m by 2, that is equal to only A plus del m by 2, and sin A plus by 2, that is equal to a by 2, and when we put the values in the above relation, then we can find the condition for the minimum angle of deviation, and we put the values in the relation. So mu will be equal to here sin a plus del m by 2. So simply it can written as a plus del m by 2 divided by sin a by 2 means only a by 2, only angle a by 2. So now simplify the relation. Here a by 2, a plus del m by 2, and the a by 2, it is cancelled by 2, cancelled by 2, we will get a plus del m upon a. So now cross multiply. So mu a equal to a plus del m. Therefore del m equal to mu a minus a. Now taking a common, so in the bracket we will get mu minus 1 equal to del m. So this is the condition for the del m, a equal to mu minus 1, when the incident ray is incident on the prism by making the small angle of incidence, then the formula for the minimum angle of deviation del m will be equal to a mu minus 1. So in this article, these are the two important formulas. One that is for the mu, that is refractive index of the glass, and that is sin a plus del m by 2 and upon sin a by 2. This is the first formula, and the second formula is when the angles are small, so del m will be equal to a mu minus 1. And after that we can solve the numerical problems by this formula. And okay, I hope that you have to understand that article. Thank you.